All right. What is up, guys? AC's on. One second. Would you have sex with yourself? If you were an attractive woman and you saw yourself walking by, would you think, damn, that's a guy worthy of risking pregnancy with? Or would you think, ew, that guy's disgusting? And this question might sound absurd on first glance. It sounds silly, but it's actually very profound. And when you run yourself through this thought experiment, it could actually change your life. Now, when you think about this question, I don't mean thinking about the genetic physical attributes that you have no control over. That doesn't help you to think about. I mean thinking about what kind of person you are. So when you're thinking from a woman's perspective, if I ran into myself, would I want to have sex with that man? What I mean is the way you carry yourself, your habits, your financial situation, the lifestyle you live, the way you spend your time. Are those things attractive or are they repulsive? Are they disgusting? That's what I want you to think about. And when it comes to attracting women, the sense that you are someone who is on their path, someone who is on their path and purpose, is the single most attractive quality you can have. Now, you might be thinking, well, I advocate cold approach. So why should you cold approach if you're someone who's not on their path and purpose? Well, that will actually help you become someone who is courageous. The lighting just changed, but whatever. That will help you become courageous. Approaching women forces you to face your fears. It forces you to build willpower. It forces you to face your ego and to let go of your insecurities. That's the only way to get good at it. So it is a big step towards becoming that person. It is one of the ways you can do that, as long as you aren't relying on alcohol, right? If you're doing it sober. Now, that isn't everything, of course. You have to ask yourself, if you're someone who's playing World of Warcraft all day, or if you're someone who's watching TV all day, is that someone that a woman would want to risk getting pregnant? Would she want to have that child that's going to be like you? She has every reason to assume that your child is going to be like you. And if you are lazy, you're in a consumption state, a derp state at most times, just laying in bed, doing nothing, avoiding discomfort, addicted to comfort. If that's who you are, why would a woman want to sleep with you? Why would she want to infect the next generation, her genetic lineage, with that? And this is something I've noticed, that when I'm doing well in life in general, when I'm working very hard, when I'm not spending a lot of time watching TV that I don't need to watch, when I'm reading good books, going to the gym, being a disciplined person, living a disciplined life where I'm facing discomfort on a regular basis, where I'm chasing discomfort and I'm growing, I am just automatically far more attractive to women. You can sense the difference. Women can feel that energy. David Deida, in his book, The Way of the Superior Man, he calls it the penetrating force of the universe. That's masculine energy. And so if you're someone who's watching a lot of Netflix, playing a lot of video games, staying in the house, you don't have that penetrating force. You have a receptive force. You do not have masculine energy. And women do not find that attractive unless they're, excuse me, um, unless they're lesbians, or unless they're a dominatrix or a lesbian or something like that. They don't find that attractive. So really ask yourself this question honestly. If I were an attractive woman and you ran into yourself and you knew everything you know about yourself, would you want to have sex with that person based on where they're going in life, who they're going to become, the actions they take? And if I'm going to ask that question, there are many areas where I would say, yeah. But in terms of physical fitness, I would say no, right? I've let my health go in the wrong direction in the last year, which shows a lack of discipline and bad habits. And so that's something I'm going to make a point to change. But it's more than that. It's every area of life. Are you facing your fears? Are you doing things that are challenging? Are you doing things that involve taking risks? Or are you in self-protection, avoiding discomfort? And if women don't find you attractive, they don't see you as a sexual option, they see you as a friend, it's because you lack that penetrating energy. And you know it when you see it. A great example that's become very famous recently would be Andrew Tate. The way he talks, the way he carries himself, he has that penetrating energy. Now, a lot of people dislike him, but obviously women find him attractive. Except the ones that are, SJWs. But that energy, that way of living is what women find attractive. And it just so happens to be the best way to live life anyway. It's what will make you fulfilled, what will make you experience true happiness, which is not like, I'm smiling, I feel good. That's not happiness. Happiness, there's a quote by Nietzsche. Happiness is the feeling that power increases, that an obstacle has been overcome. And that is what you will feel when you are living life, going to the gym every day, even if you don't want to. Making an online business in your free time instead of watching Netflix, playing video games. Developing new skills and hobbies, going out, approaching women, doing things that challenge you every day, staying out of the house and living a life that is adventurous rather than small. When you do those things, your life will be better. You will enjoy your life 1,000 times more, and women will automatically find you far more attractive. So I know this video kind of seems like it's talking about a silly question. Would you have sex with yourself? But it's actually very profound. And when you think about that and think about how would I live my life differently to change the answer to that question? Let's say you say, no, actually, if I were a woman, I'd find myself disgusting. Then how do you change that? And think about that. And it's not just for women. It's also for yourself. It's if you looked at yourself from an outside perspective, how would you judge your life? Would you judge yourself as someone who's killing it? Or would you judge yourself as someone who is depressing, who's sad to watch? And answer that honestly. And then think about what you would change. And if you do that, your life will completely change over the next several months. Now, if you're saying yes, you would have sex with yourself, that's good. I'm glad to hear it. So let's see if there's anything else. In the future, I'm going to be offering a mentorship program that helps with all areas of this. It focuses on the picking up women aspect because that's still my area of expertise, but I'm going to be hiring a personal trainer, to help with fitness. I'm going to be hiring people to help with different areas like building an online business. It's going to cover all those areas because all of those areas are very important. But for now, if you want help with this, I can help you with the building courage aspect because that's what approaching women is really about. Yes, you will get laid. Yes, you'll have great experiences, but it's really about being someone who is proud of yourself, not being the guy that sees a beautiful woman and doesn't do shit about it. That is a shameful experience. I'm not saying you have to get every girl, but you should be able to say hello, ask her on a date, and put yourself out there. To not be a coward who comes up with some excuse. No, I'm not going to do it. No, I'm not going to do it. No, I'm not going to do it. That's most men today. And that is part of being, like I was saying, the penetrating force in the universe is someone who goes up to women without hesitation and makes his intentions clear. That's the kind of person you want to be if you're going to be proud of yourself, if you're going to be someone who has courage. So pickup isn't really just about getting laid. That's a side actually benefit. The main benefit is developing courage and letting go of your ego. And I can help you with that. You can click the link below to sign up for a free call with me to talk about my in-person coaching programs and to see if there's one where you'll be able to join. I don't have that many spots available, so there might not be any for months, but there are a few available in the next couple months that might work. So make sure to click the link below if you want to learn more about that. But there's a bigger point to this video, which is to really think about yourself from a different perspective, to think about the life you live from a different perspective, and to be ruthlessly honest. To be completely honest. If you see yourself as a fuck up, accept that, get pissed off about that, and then decide to change. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to subscribe to my channel and hit the bell button. Yes, I'm still getting my mentorship, saving some in cash. Glad to hear that. That is eventually something I will teach is making money, but not yet because I'm not rich enough yet. You know, I think once I get to 7 figures, then I'll start teaching people how to make money. Like a lot of people become dating coaches before they're really good at dating. And I didn't do that until I was pulling like every night, right? Until I was able to pull. One time it was 9 girls in 9 days in a row. And I was pulling more often than not, and really hot girls too. And when I got to that point, then I felt I deserved to start coaching, right? I think you do have to have some level of qualification. And so when it comes to fitness, obviously I'm not qualified to be a coach, but I'm hiring someone myself, and then I'll have him coach my clients as well. I'll have him help with that. And then in terms of money, I'm doing better than most, but I'm not quite there in terms of teaching that because man, making money is not nearly as hard as people think it is. I make 20 to 30K a month now, and I got there in about 3 years. And I worked about 10 to 20 hours a week to get there without any advanced degrees or any kind of money to start with. I had no startup capital whatsoever, $0. My father, he died. He left me a broken car that didn't work and never got fixed because it wasn't worth fixing, and like a crappy TV. That was it. $0. Luckily, you can't inherit debt in modern America. So do I invest in stocks? No, I'll do that someday probably, but I don't know. It doesn't seem worth learning a whole other skill set to make a little extra money when I could just grow the channel and it all goes into, one direction, which is, how do you say it? It's like an exponential curve. But the point is, I come from a poor upbringing. I did not test into gifted and talented education. I didn't have some like super high IQ either, as far as I know, and still managed to get to the top 1 or 2% for my age range in the country in 3 years. So I know it's possible. And I know that it's something I eventually want to teach because so many people are in poverty and they don't realize it's much easier than they think to get out of it. But yeah, I think that's going to be the topic for this video. Would you have sex with yourself? Thank you. I appreciate that, Jeremy. Um, so I'm probably going to do another live stream later today. I'm actually, so this channel is it's only a very small percentage of my subscribers. But I'm going to be doing things like I'm working on an online course, and I'm going to be recording some of the videos for that course on here. So if you're here, get free access basically to those videos if you come to the live stream. I'm going to delete them after and only make them on the course, but you'll get to actually be able to join live and then ask questions, and I can basically make them better by adding things at the end based on your questions. So I'm going to be doing the first one of those. It's a video. The video course is about how to spark attraction consistently, how to create that feeling of desire consistently, and I'm going to be starting that today. So I'll probably be back at 6 or 7 p.m., 3-4 hours to do that. Other than that, it was good talking to you guys. If you have any last questions before I wrap up, feel free to ask. But other than that, I'm going to be working on some marketing stuff. Which, by the way, if you do want to make money online, number one place I would go is Russell Brunson. ClickFunnels. The guy who found ClickFunnels. Just buy all his shit, basically. Buy his courses, buy his book. Just do all the things he teaches. I think Alex Hormozy is great. There's a lot that are very good, but Russell Brunson has the most expansive guides. All right. So no questions. I'll give it like 10 seconds for someone to ask a question. Cold approach is horrible. You wouldn't be friends with a guy who just walked across the street and asked if you wanted to hang out sometime unless you were lonely in a new city. And even then, you'd probably be suspicious. Yeah. Pull girls multiple times per week from cold approach. So everything you're saying here is stupid. You're saying here is stupid and based on an emotional thinking. You're making up. All right, got him. A hard case over a month on a one-on-one. Depends on the hard case, honestly. Depends what you mean by hard case. So if by hard case you mean like deep into black pill and depression and crippling anxiety, and they're antisocial, and just have like their whole life is in shambles, and they have a terrible mindset, I don't know, maybe a month is a good amount of time, but I think it would be difficult. I would lean towards it would take longer than that, and it would be more of I don't think they could handle a month going out when they're that negative, right? I don't think they could go out every day for a month. So I would say they would need to start developing habits like going to the gym, limiting their video game playing to say like, I'm only going to do 2 hours per day or whatever. Limit that over time, and start developing some hobbies, some kind of social hobbies, like joining some kind of club or something, right? Do that over and work on building their business, making more money. And then over time, once they had better self-esteem in general, then a boot camp would work. Yeah. The black pillar people in the black pill just have such low self-esteem in general that cold approach, starting with it for most of them, is not what I recommend. So I think a lot of people, when they see me talking about the black pill, think I'm just trying to I don't want to sell people in the black pill boot camp. It would mess up the boot camp for the other clients. It would actually be very difficult. And so I don't want to sell them my stuff. I want them to develop themselves in general, and then eventually maybe, but that's not what I think they need. Do you know what shirt? What shirt? I don't remember the video. A lot of my shirts are Robert Graham. It's a designer brand. It's not like as expensive as Dior or something, but it's something you can find anywhere. It's called Robert Graham. That's where I get a lot of shirts. Then sometimes just Zara. Those are the main two. But now that I've gained some weight, Zara doesn't fit because it's European sizing. Um, it was your best looking shirt. Well, now I want to know. Is there an easy way to check? Kajabi. Let's see if I can answer this question. Infield. Smoothly bring a girl home. So there's different types. Also, what? Oh, that is. I believe that's like it's like H&M. I think that's like my cheapest shirt. No, that's Zara. That's actually Zara. So there you go. It's Zara. All right, guys. So I'll be doing another live stream later about building attraction, sparking attraction. I'm going to be doing some infield breakdowns of my own infield and client infield about that later throughout this week. I'm probably going to do 2 streams per day. One like this, where I'm just going over some video ideas, and then one where I'm giving some free content for my upcoming course for you guys. So good talking, and I'll see you later this evening.